in terms of building my company, like when I started my first company, which was when I was in high school, it wasn't, I'm from Toledo, Ohio. And so I would never consider myself an entrepreneur. I was not ever wanting to be an entrepreneur. It's not a career track that I knew about or was striving towards. When I was in high school, I had a button maker and I started making buttons and magnets and compact mirrors for my friends and my family. And I started charging money for those buttons and magnets and compact mirrors. And before I knew it, I was generating some significant profit. I started selling on Etsy. I became a top seller on Etsy. And I did get that title of entrepreneur. And then it's funny how when you have the idea for a company, you kind of happenstance into becoming the CEO. And no one ever wants to be the CEO. Being a founder is fun. Being a CEO is the worst job ever. It really, truly is, especially if you're coming at it from a founder perspective. And so I'll talk about entrepreneurs and what makes them specifically unique. And then obviously, the lessons that I've learned now as a CEO for a company that is almost 5 years old and growing and is in a very state in the country and over $10 million in business. And so talk a little bit about that. But when I started, I was not planning to be an entrepreneur. And I definitely was not planning to be a CEO. I just knew that I loved selling things and I loved seeing people's reactions to the product when they bought it. And so when I started AntFlow, which is my company now, I started it when I was 18. So I had my button company for high school. And then I left university to start AntFlow when I was 18 years old. And it was really just me and an idea and a mission to ensure that people had access to menstrual products. And that moment in entrepreneurship, what made it possible was I solved problems that were intimate to me. Entrepreneurs solve problems that are intimate to them. And those are the successful businesses. The farther away the problem is to you, the harder it is to actually solve for it, right? Like there are people that come to me all the time and they're like, oh, I've seen people people in third world countries who don't have access to tampons and pads, and I want to go over and donate products to them. That problem is not intimate to you right now. And the problem is you'll go there and you'll learn that there are no sanitary waste receptacles. There is no whole infrastructure to support disposable products. You need to train folks in different areas, and especially in third world countries, to make their own menstrual products. So it's there every single month because menstruation is a recurring event. And so the closer the problem is, the more effective you can be. In addition to that, entrepreneurs take a lot of risk. And we all know this. Every time somebody starts a company or giving up something, right? Like I gave up a salary for 2 years. I still to this day am making risk after risk. We are required to make fast and quick decisions. And then eventually we turn from a founder who is solving intimate problems that are close to us and taking risks every day. And eventually we're catapulted into the CEO position. And a CEO, your job is to mitigate risk and determine the direction for the company, which is very, very different skill set than a standard founder and entrepreneur. And so just highlighting that, because entrepreneurship is so much more fun. And then before you know it, then you have to become the CEO, which is not as fun, but it's delightful in its own ways.